welcome to my channel. I'm Victoria J Beauty. This is the first makeup tutorial I've ever posted. Hopefully it's not too crazy. Wish me luck. If you're interested in learning how to do this makeup look, please keep watching. And obviously I have no clue about YouTube yet, but please like and subscribe. I'll get my channel built up and I'll continue to post makeup, skincare, beauty related videos, and hopefully a little bit of comedy in there too. Thanks for watching, enjoy. I'm just going to go ahead and start, and I'll start by saying first you always want to start with clean skin. That's a massive tip at the beginning. So you want to cleanse, tone, moisturise, and then pop in the eye gel as well. So I'm going to show you the products I use for this because I am a skincare snob, and this is the products I use in my salon. They're amazing, they make your skin so smooth and they don't make it too oily and things. So I'll start off with the Eve Taylor Balancing Cleanser. I do believe this could be backwards on the video, by the way, apologies. I'm not sure how to flip it around. So I'll cleanse with this. I don't have the toner out now. I'll tone with that, and then I'll use my refining eye gel with aloe vera on it, and then I'll add my balancing moisture lotion. So it's really good. I've got combination skin, so it doesn't make it super oily. And this eye gel as well, you can use it before makeup, because it just reduce any puffiness, dryness, dehydration, but it doesn't make it kind of go too oily, because sometimes makeup can cling to that area and it doesn't, so we're good. The other thing I'll say is I would probably moisturise about 10 minutes before you start putting your makeup on. If you do it and you leave it too long, it's going to be too dry, and if you do it too soon, it's not going to be soaked in properly, and that's when you'll get patchiness. So, good tip for today. So I'm going to start by putting my hair up. So I'm going to do everything from the very start. I'm hoping it's not the longest video in history, and I've not quite mastered editing and things, so we'll get there. Right. First step I always do is start with a primer. Look at my big bit of hair sticking up there. Start with a primer. It's going to really blur your pores out. It's going to leave your skin looking super smooth. It makes it last a lot longer as well. And my favourite ever primer is the Urban Decay Self Adjusting Primer. It's called Complexion Primer. So it actually changes to match the colour of your skin, and I've tried various different primers because I've tried a lot of them, and this is my favourite. I've always gone back to it. It is indeed £24 from Debenhams/Urban Decay, and this is what the box looks like. So all you do is apply a little bit to your hand, and by the way, it's amazing because it moves up every time and then you never get product wastage, and you can always see how much you've got left. Like, I love that. So I'm going to just apply a little bit on my hand, just like this, rub it in together and just apply on my skin. It feels like silk, by the way. You can actually use it on its own as well, like maybe it's a little tinted moisturiser or something. I'm definitely a fan of this product. Right, so the next step I'll do is foundation. And I actually use MAC Studio Fix foundation, and this is in the colour NC15. As you can see, I'm a ginger and I'm quite pale, so this is such a good colour for me. But I did actually purchase this pump bottle on the top as well. I think it's like £5 on top of your foundation from MAC, and that's good because it doesn't waste you any product and it's just easier. So I actually apply the foundation straight to my skin. It makes it much quicker to do. I don't need to put it on my hands, and I'll show you the technique I do to get super smooth foundation. You're going to be like, Vicky, you're crazy, where the hell's your beauty blender? But I probably do foundation a lot differently to other people, so I'll show you my technique. So first of all, you need your foundation and your makeup brush. So I use the Real Techniques contouring brush, which sounds crazy, but it really does make your foundation smooth. It's not something you would usually use, but it's brilliant. So all I'm going to do is just pop, I like to do 2 thin layers of foundation, because you can always build up for more coverage, and if you start off by doing it thick, you're going to like look a bit cakey. Oops. And that's not what you want, so you can just move a little bit up there. So I'm going to take this brush, and all I'll do is do small circling motions, and you'll find the foundation smooth blends like silk because of that primer that you've used. It feels so nice on your skin, and it sounds like I'm trying to sell this product. I'm not, I'm just obsessed with it. And I'm probably going to do another one actually while I get ready on Saturday night, because I'm going out. Oh, I'm going out. So I'm going to do like good glittery eyes and things. Not that I've mastered it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my eyelids as well, not too much. I just use like leftover product, because I'm going to conceal that area anyway. By the way, if you need to know any product information, I might actually list them all below. Hopefully I'll not forget something. But if you need to know anything, you can just drop me a message or have any questions. Right, so I'm going to do layer 2 of the foundation. Again, 2 thin layers. Okay, so once your foundation is blended in, actually look a little bit tanned as you can tell. I'm going to go in with my concealer, so I'll show you which concealer I get, because I told you I'm a product snob and I switch between different companies. And I like to use Estee Lauder Doublewear concealer. That's my favourite. I've actually got 2 colours here. I've got 1C which is light and that's cool, and then I've also got 1W which is light too but it's warm, so that's more if I've got fake tan on. So I'm going to just go ahead and use this one. I'm running out of it, and I went and bought like a new concealer that wasn't this one and I just don't like it, so I'm going to have to repurchase this again when I get paid. So I'm going to show you where I put all my concealer. So I put it underneath the eye area. See what I mean? I'm like proper running out. Like a triangle. So do that on both sides. It looks like I'm putting a lot on, but I promise you, like, it makes such a difference. And when it's all blended, it looks really natural. It covers everything. We're going to put a stripe down the centre of our nose, a stripe in the bottom of our chin, on our cupid's bow, on our forehead, and then just under there where you put your contour in, just underneath. So as you can see right now, I look like some sort of majestic sea owl, but when it blended in, it's going to look really natural. So the same foundation brush that I used, I'm going to just gently blend it in. You can either stipple it in or you can do little circles. So we're just going to do this, blend. If in doubt, oh, what was that? Oh yeah, that was my saying. If in doubt, blend it out. I like contouring. I love contouring, but I'm kind of somebody that likes to do it subtly. I don't really like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with RuPaul's Drag Race, but I just think for everyday makeup, it just looks too much on me, especially when you've got red hair. Right, and we're just going to do it under the eyes by stippling that in. I should have done one side with and one side without, because honestly the difference is amazing. But it's going to look quite natural. You could be like, girl, this ain't natural. Because some people's idea of natural makeup is like trucking on a bit of tinted moisturiser, and mine's is like quite a lot of effort. But hey ho, I love getting up in the morning and doing my makeup. And I quite enjoy filming it actually too. So this, I mean, people use a beauty blender to do this, and I have done it before. It's not that I don't like it, I just think you get a smoother finish with a brush because it doesn't soak in all the product. What is that a Scottish word, soak? I think it might be. So you can start to see the makeup really starting to take shape now. It's looking super smooth, and all my concealer is in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to set that concealer with a powder, and I have MAC Pro Wear powder. It looks like this. I really love it. It's Pro Longwear actually, and it's in the colour light, I do believe. Again, with me being a redhead, so I've used loads of it, and it's actually lasted me quite a wee while. Look how much we've got left. Just pop it under the eyes to start with. Skin. So even though it's going to look matte at this point, I'm going to add back in the glow afterwards. Because I don't like to be really matte, because I genuinely feel that when I'm too matte, I look like a potato. Personal preference and all that, right? Right, so once you've got your powder on it, we're going to go in with a bit of contouring. I'm going to say contouring, but I'm going to say gentle contouring. But The thing I use for contouring is something that I'm going to say this actually. Most people buy like or get sucked into like all the celebrity kind of culture and buy like a contouring kit with like 4 or 3 different colours in it, and I genuinely think like it's honestly such a waste of money. You're just one person, you only need one colour. So I always stick with a really good bronzer. In my case, Smashbox is the way forward. It's really, really good. This is what it looks like. It's a bit worn now. So I'm going to just take a little bit and gently contour, you know, that stupid face. And that little gap there. So we're just going to go in. I always apply it and then kind of blend it in with the brush again, because I don't like... You can buy cream contours, but sometimes I feel like they're a little bit harsh. Unless it's like stage makeup, obviously. But because I'm a redhead, I look so ridiculous. So I'm putting some up just on my forehead as well. Just to angle out the face. Because the whole point of contouring is you're meant to make your face look like the perfect face shape, which is actually apparently oval. So that's what you're doing, you're creating an oval shape. Because I remember getting taught that in college, but it wasn't called contouring, it was called like shading and highlighting. So it feels so funny because that was like 10 years ago. So I'm also going to put like a little bit of my jawline here because I have like double chin going on and I'm not a fan. So we're just gently doing that. I do indeedly need to wax and tint my eyebrows, by the way, but we're going to make them look good when we do our makeup. You can see how much of a difference it makes. I have got major pins and noodles on my feet. Ah! Don't laugh when I say noodles. I'm not, honestly, I'm not silly. I just think that's just what I call it. So for my nose, I'm a big fan of nose contouring because I hate my big beak. It's like a big bent squint thing. But usually if I'm going on a night out, I'll sit and contour out the shape. But I'm not going to do that because it's just during the day. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of this and just gently do down the side. Nothing too extreme. But when I do my going out video, I will show you how I do that. It just helps to shape it a little bit. Oh, don't poke yourself in the face, Vicky. Right, so once we've done this, as you can see, it makes a big difference, but it's very subtle. Like I say, I don't like to have it too crazy. So we're going to go ahead and do our blusher. So again, for any sort of powders or blushers or bronzers, I'm a big fan of Smashbox. I just love it so much. And I use the Smashbox trio of blushers. I'm going to open this and you're going to see how much I use this one colour, by the way, because I'm running out of it. So I've got the 3 different colours, like there's a mirror of a mirror. And as you can tell, this one I love the most because I am a redhead. It's more warm. This one's maybe not my style because again, I'm a redhead. And then this one here, I do like this one. So I'm going to go for a bit of this one and a bit of that one. Bit of this, a bit of that. And I'm using my Real Techniques brush, which is just a blush brush. So all we're going to do is take a little bit of each colour and we're gently going to just pop it on the apples of our cheeks. I should really be putting some music on in the background, just to make it a bit more, not like crickets in the background. Believe it or not, I made this video yesterday as well, by the way, but like the lighting wasn't that great, and I just because it was my first video, I was just like, this is what you're doing, do this, do it, and I feel like it wasn't my personality, and I just wanted it to be fun and silly at the same time as like feeling glam and gorgeous and da-da-da. I'm going to show you what I use on my eyebrows because in the colour Buck, it's so small, but honestly I promise you it's so good on eyebrows. Look how much I've used of it. And what I'm going to do is use my angled brush by Smashbox. I'll show you what it looks like. It came in my kit. So it's got 2 sides to it. It's got this fluffy kind of blending side and it's got this as well. So I'm going to use this to apply my eyebrows. So bear with. I'm going to use this to angle brush and just take a little bit powder and thingy off, tap off any excess on my hand. And then we're just going to start to shape your eyebrows. I like to do quite gentle movements, as I don't want to have really dark brows. But I like them to look shaped, just not like extreme. It really gives me the fear doing an eyebrow tutorial on camera because I can't see properly and I feel like I'm gonna have an uneven one, which is not very professional. I'm just going to use the end of this brush just to blend it in a little bit so it's a bit more natural. I just personally don't really like the harsh effect on me. And even right now it looks hilarious when I've got eyebrows and no like eye makeup on, because I feel like I look like a potato. A beautiful potato, I do. Okay, I know it looks so silly right now, but bear with, because that's the thing, you're be in the middle of doing makeup and you're like, okay, this is starting to look ridiculous, but then when you build it up, you realise you just have to let go of that fear, because it's going to look nice in the end, I promise you. So, top 10 top tip, too many top tips for eye makeup is that I always use an eyeshadow primer. Before I was like, why would you waste your money on that? But it makes such a difference. The colour is like more poppy, like it stays on better, it blends better, everything about it is just what you need to do. So I use this here, which is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. It's actually running out and I don't even know if they do it anymore. They do have an eyeshadow primer, but I don't know if it's this specific one, and I really like it, so I'm quite gutted about that. So all you do is just kind of streak it on your lids like this. If you notice by now, I never really use like my hands to do my makeup really that often, but this is where I'm going to cheat a little bit. Right, so once you've kind of just popped it on, I'm just going to use my finger here to blend in a little bit. It helps to cover any imperfections on your eyes as well, by the way, that's what I like about it. And I'm going to use my foundation brush here and just kind of stipple that in. Okay, so once you've blended this in, I'm going to set it. That's a very important tip. Always set it with your powder, because it's going to be so much easier to blend if it's set. So we'll get our MAC Pro Wear, again, the same powder, and my powder brush, and we're just going to gently brush over some powder. Looking good. Perfect. Right, and so now I'm going to go on to the eyeshadow and I'll show you my palette. So, remember when I said I'm addicted to Smashbox products for powders? Well, I'm not lying. I use two separate palettes for this look. One of them is, it's a bit messy, it's the Smashbox Photo Matte Eyes. I'm going to show you what it looks like inside. It's like kind of natural colours, which is my favourite thing. And the colours I'm using in this today actually are this one. It doesn't say what the name is, but this one here. I'm going to be using a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one as well. And then I'll use the black. So I'll show you what I use that for as I go along. And then the second palette I use is quite a small one here by Smashbox again. This is what I'm going to use for my base colours. And I've used loads of them. So I'm going to use these two colours here and also this one down here. It's so messy. But I'm going to start by picking this lighter orange colour as like my base colour. So I'll show you the brush I'm going to use. And that is this one here. And that is actually by Urban Decay. It came in a kit. And it's my favourite brush. It's like a blending brush on one side and a small brush on the other. So I'm going to start off with like the blending side and just pick up some of that lighter orange colour. Right, so tap off any excess because you don't want any fallout on you. So all you're going to do is just start to apply some just above your crease line. Take a little bits more if you must, but always tap off the excess. It's hard to get into the habit of it, and the reason I don't blow it as well is because I'm trained in doing makeup on other people. So out of habit I don't do that because it's like you're putting your bacteria on the brush. So I mean, I don't know what you do, but it's just a lot better just to tap it off. So we're just blend. Remember, if in doubt, blend it out. This is like some cheesy QVC line or something, eh? Right, so I'm going to do exactly the same on the other eye with the same colour. Just to get your main shape in. So this is like your transition colour, so anything that you're going to do is going to blend into this and it's going to look much more seamless. Instead of going from like 0 colour to like 100. Because we don't need any harsh lines. I do genuinely feel like good brushes are a must have. If you have rubbish brushes, you're never ever going to get the same look. It doesn't matter what products you buy. you're never going to get the same like blending things. So even though they're quite expensive, it does pay to spend a little bit more and get good brushes. So because I'm a serial blender, I'm going to use the other side that I used for my eyebrows as well, and just use the end of this just to help blend it in a little bit to make it more seamless. And then we're going to go in and take the slightly darker orange, and that's going to brighten up quite a lot. So we're just going to pop that over a transition colour, but just underneath a little bit. We don't want to take it up as high as the original colour. That's kind of giving you an idea. So you can press it in if you like, and then go back and blend it in. But you could use a different brush to blend it if you like. I just find this brush is fantastic, and I don't like to not use it basically. But everybody has their own technique, so no makeup is right or wrong basically. It's what you prefer, the techniques you prefer and that work for you is absolutely fine. As long as you're working hygienically, then we're all good. And safely. Oh god, I'm turning into a tutor from college. I'm in a PPI, oh not PPI, was it personal protection outfit or something? I can't remember. Health and safety class that I had to learn while I was at college. I remember we learnt catwalk makeup, and like looking back, mine was absolutely awful, but at the time obviously when I was just learning I thought it was amazing, and it was really really crap. It was like some blue eyes with like all this stuffed in her face. It wasn't pretty. So I'm just going to blend it in using this again. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the Smashbox colour from the bigger one. So it's quite like a light but warm brown, and it's just going to bring a bit of warmth to what is already warm, but like, you know, like more brown instead of orange. So tap off any excess, and all we're doing is just putting that into the crease line and gently blending it with this brush. I'm very much of a perfectionist as well, by the way, I should add that. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm just faffing about for 10 minutes, keep blending, it's because I like it to be perfect. But that's what perfect is, what you want to aim to be. So, right, so I'm going to take that small blending brush again and just blend in a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a slightly darker colour right in that crease. So I'm going to take another Urban Decay brush I've got, and it's got two sides. It's got a fluffy side and it's got a small side here, and I'm going to go ahead and take a slightly darker colour here, this one, and I'm just going to tap that into the blending side, tap off any excess, and just go in and add some of that colour in the crease. It's just going to really bring your eye out quite a lot, but without making it too dark. Do you remember back in the day when we used to think smoky eyes and we just think of black and grey? Times have so moved forward now. Makeup has advanced so much. I mean, thank goodness, because you should have seen the makeup that I used to wear when I was younger. It was awful. Do you remember when them like frosted lipsticks came in? Like I think they're actually out again, and sometimes they look really nice on people, but see on somebody with red hair, pink frosted Barbie lip gloss is just not good on me. I mean, I don't know why my mum let me out like that, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, she used to put me in ridiculous dresses, so I can't really speak. Okay, so once you've got your main colour in, you can see it's looking really good already. We're going to go in and add a colour in the inner corner just to pop that. So that same brush I've just used, the blending brush, I'm going to use a small side here. And we're going to take our light kind of yellow beigey colour down here, and we're just going to put this on this brush and apply that. Don't be afraid to really go for it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? If you do your makeup and you don't like it, you can remove it and you can start again. It's really, really fun to experiment and just not be afraid to apply colour and be a bit crazy. I literally am obsessed with this look. I take pictures of my makeup all the time and then I'm like, I done that makeup look yesterday, didn't I? Because I just end up doing the same thing every time. So that's what I need to do. So I'm telling you to do it, and then I need to learn and do that as well. So I'm not just doing the same boring video every time for years. Also, I'm going to be getting a ring light. I've done this like 30 times. So it's going to be even better once I've got that. But this is me just going without it. Right, so once that's the top done, we're going to go back to eyeliner after, but I'm going to do the underneath of my eyes, which sounds crazy, and this is where people get a bit scared if you're not like used to makeup, because you think you're going to look like an owl that's been plunged. Oops, video. So what I'm going to do is the original base colours that I used, the two orange colours, we're going to take the slightly brighter, darker one mixed with the lighter one on this small brush here, and all we're going to do is just pop it under your eye, which I know sounds intimidating, but I promise you, I'm going to show you the best ever way to blend and make it look really natural. Well, not natural because nobody has orange eyes, but you get my drift. So we're just going to apply it under here still. I'm so determined that my skin is going to stay young forever, like, honestly. I'm doing alright so far. I think, like, literally, it doesn't matter how good your products are, if you've got good skincare, you're going to get a good result. So I do see that paying to invest in good products is definitely worth it. So I'm just going to try and get some of this dark off that brush, since I just put it on my... I've got two of the same brush and I've used the wrong one. So all we're going to do is take this edge here, the fluffy brush, and we're just going to apply it underneath your eye. This kind of motion, and that's just going to help to blend that in. It honestly makes it blend like seamlessly. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that warm brown colour again that you used in the crease. Can you see it there? This one here. And we're going to just apply that with the same brush. Underneath, on top of the orange that you just used, but maybe like a little bit closer in. I think the more you do makeup as well, you can see what needs to be builded on and added to. It does take a bit to get to that point though, because I used to just do two colours and be like, I'm too scared, and then stop, but honestly it makes such a big difference. But I feel like if you're watching this, you're interested, I feel like you should, if you get some colours like and you want to recreate it, like I really want to see what you've done. So if you're comfortable enough, like please send me a picture or post a picture below, because I really want to see if you've learnt anything. So I'm just going to do that just to move any excess. So to make the kind of under eye area a bit more defined, I'm going to use a MAC crayon. So this is the one that I use, and it's I think it's just a makeup kind of, it's by Diane Kendall, Spring Summer it says too. I don't even know if you can still buy it, but it's basically like a crayon and it's in the colour black, but mine actually keeps falling out of the thing, which is annoying. But I'm just going to put it in the back of my hand just to warm it up a little bit. And we're just going to gently pop it under here, not on your waterline, underneath your waterline. And right now it's going to look silly because we've not blended it in yet. Because remember, I blend everything. You can see when you first do it, it does look a little bit, wow, that's crazy. But we're going to blend it in, so put the lid back on that. And you know that same brush, the angled brush I used for my eyebrows, I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to take the dark colour that I used right in my, I think it was that one I used right in my crease. I'm going to take that on my angled brush, tap off any excess, be really careful with that, and then gently smudge that over the eyeliner that you just applied. So again, we're not fully blending it yet, so don't be alarmed. This does really help to bring the colour out though. And then what we're going to do is take that same brush, where's it gone? this one here, and we're just going to again do the same situation as with the orange, just to blend it in. This is honestly such a good brush for blending. I'm gonna I'll be applying the black liner to my waterline as well, but I'm not gonna do that quite yet because I want to make sure this is perfect first. Cool. So I'm going to show you the best tip you will ever learn, right? People really like black eyeliner, but they're almost scared to go in with a pencil because it can be quite intimidating to get the shape right, and I understand that fully. So I'm going to show you a really, really good tip you can use to get black liner that's quite smoggy on the top, but without using a pencil or liquid eyeliner, because people are scared by liquid eyeliner sometimes. So you do that angled brush that I've just used. We're going to use this, right? And what you do is, see if you dampen your brush and dip it in like a black eyeshadow, you can actually create your own liner, and it's a lot easier to apply because it's on your brush. So the first thing I'll do is, I've got like a wee glass of water here, by the way, just with like excess water in it, so I'm just going to pop a bit on my arm and then dip your angled brush into it just to make it damp. We're going to pop it into, you need a really good black eyeliner with good pigment, by the way, and that's why Smashbox is good for that. So you're going to pick that up and then blend the extra off by pushing it into your hand a little bit. And then we're just going to go in, I don't know if you're able to see this on my left eye because it's hard to do it in it, but you're just going to gently paint that on with your brush. Obviously you want to go back and take more than you can do, so it's very dark. This is honestly such a good tip, by the way. And the thing is, it doesn't move either. It stays there all night and all day. This is what I do for every day. If I'm going on a night out, I will do liquid. And I'm going to show you my liquid eyeliner on Saturday night. So as you can see, it's looking quite smoky. So we're going to go ahead and do the same on the other hand. I just need to get a little bit of water again to dampen my brush. Dampening your brush, by the way, is because it's kind of almost turning the shadow into like a paint type texture. If you don't dampen it, it will just kind of, the colour won't be as intense, and it's probably not going to last as long. So this is what my liner looks like. Keep sitting on my foot, by the way, and it's very painful. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go in and put eyeliner on your waterline. So we're going to, I can feel how boiling my phone is, by the way. Let's hope the bed doesn't go on fire. We're going to use black liner in the waterline, then we're going to set it with powder. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Or we're going to do is take that same crayon that's dropped in the bottom. You know the sign of a makeup artist when your hand's like this afterwards. So we're going to use that same liner that we used underneath our eyes, and we're just going to go ahead and pop that in our waterline. I know it can be a bit scary if you've not really done this before, but you do get used to the feeling and you can't really feel it anymore because it's quite tickly at first. So this is another tip. To make this last all day, no matter what you do, even if you cry, you want to set it with black eyeshadow. That is the tip that no one tells you. So I'm going to take that angled brush again, my favourite angled brush, and use the black shadow that I just used to set the top. So we're going to do that, and do not forget to tap off the excess in your hand because you will get fallout under your eyes and we don't want that. I always probably get it anyway, to be honest. I'm just going to gently tap that onto there. Get the other one, the other side. As Jason Derulo says, take me to the other side. That sort of chin. So as you can see, it's nearly done, but we're going to pop some mascara on. So my mascara that I use is the MAC, what's that actually called? in Extreme Dimension Lash, and it's waterproof mascara and it's amazing. It does not budge. Sometimes it does print on me, but I think that's just because I must like open and shut my eyes too quickly or something, because it's usually fine. But we're just going to go ahead and apply that to our lashes. Who needs false lashes when you have this, by the way? It's really hard to put mascara on with it open in your mouth, eh? Let flies go in my mouth. Look at the difference. I can't quite remember how much this is, but it is worth every penny. It's not too much, I don't think. So, we'll do the other side. So I'm actually running out of my favourite lipstick, by the way, and I'm devastated because it's the one I use every day. But I think I can probably get a little bit left out of it. So I'm really hopeful, so because I don't want it to ruin my tutorial. Because I'm going to try and show you how I do my lips to make them look bigger. So you don't have to like get lip fillers or anything. Because I don't really like the idea of putting that on my body when I've already got so many health issues. So the mascara's all done. Look how good that's looking. Now, I always love to highlight because I just don't like being matte. I like to glow it up a little bit, but also I don't want it to look like a Christmas tree or a bauble. So I use two different highlighters, and one is quite subtle and one is more like vavoom. So the first one is running out because I use it every day, and it's Smashbox again. I feel like I'm plugging Smashbox here, but I just love all their powdery stuff. Oh, wait a minute, I'm just shutting this. So anything like your powders, your eyeshadow palettes, everything blends so nicely. So this is what I'm going to use for first. And that same brush I used for my contouring, I'm going to use this. We're just going to take some from the edge. Can't believe I'm running out. I'm just going to apply it on the top of my cheekbones here. Some on my forehead. Down the middle of my nose, on my chin, and on my cupid's bow. So, because I like to super glow it up, I'm going to use another highlighter, which is actually a liquid highlighter, and I'm obsessed with it. My friend Sarah showed me, and it's actually just from Superdrug, and it's called Revolution. This is in the colour Starlight, but you do get like liquid gold and stuff, which I probably will buy because this probably isn't the right colour for this look, but it looks good anyway. So actually the only thing I use a beauty blender for is this. So you want to dampen this to start with. So I've got my glass of water here. My fancy glass of water. I have to remember not to drink this later because I'll forget and then I'll drink out of it and it won't taste very nice. So you're just tapping, squeezing it with any excess water from there. Just going to pop it to the side for a minute. And I'm going to show you how I blend this in, because this can be quite hard to blend, to be honest with you. And the only reason I've mastered it is by using a damp sponge. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to apply right here. And then take that damp sponge. You want to blend and then do the next cheek, by the way, because otherwise you're going to have big lines, which is not good. I will do like a completely finished picture afterwards, by the way, because why not, basically. Oops. So, I'm going to apply it up here as well. I feel like some sort of majestic sea creature when I do this. Like some sort of mermaid or something. You're going to be like, girl, this is so much makeup for every day. But because of my job, like, I feel like it's not that weird. Maybe if you were a nurse and you went into work like this, it would be like, whoa, but because I'm a beautician, it's not that strange. So, I'm going to go and... Can I just say, like, although I love makeup, I do have days where I go to the shop with none on, like today for example. So don't feel like you have to wear makeup all the time. I just really like wearing it sometimes. But I do have days where I'm like, I can't be bothered. And that's okay. But that's where good skincare comes in handy, because you don't have to worry so much. Just pop a bit in the end of my nose, in the middle. I don't like to do it all the way down because I think it looks too Christmas tree-ish. And that's not really my style. I'll probably put too much in the end of my nose, to be honest. Okay, So before I go ahead and do my lipstick, I'm going to use a setting spray, and that is All Nighter by Urban Decay, and I'll show you it right now. This is it. It's amazing. It does literally do what it says in the tin. It keeps your makeup on all day and all night. So we're just going to spray it on. I'm going to show you what I do. And close your eyes and just spritz and let it dry. Right, and here's a little tip. No matter what you do, no matter what anyone says, never ever ever touch your foundation until it's dry, because you will end up with fingerprints out your foundation, because I have done that before. I'm so guilty of that. So it's important to wait until the mist dries extremely well. On that note, I'm just going to pause this video so I can go grab my lipstick because it's in my bag, and I will be back and show you the tutorial for that. Hey, so, my video camera, my phone is literally so hot. Okay, still hot. Sounds like Paris Hilton. So my favourite ever lipstick in the whole world is, this is a little secret, it's Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love all their lipsticks. They're liquid and they're matte, and this is in the colour Stripped. I use it every single day, and unfortunately I'm now running out, but I had actually got it into a kit, and it was like a kit of 6, I think. It was only £34, when they're usually, I think they're about £20 or £16 each, but they are worth every single penny you spend on them. I promise you, you will not regret it. I'm obsessed with buying them, and now I'm going to have to go buy more. So I always do like to go above my lips a little bit, because my lips aren't super thin, but they're not as volumized as I would want them to be, not my top lip anyway. So I'm going to show you how I do this, and this will be the time where I ruin it and I look like a clown, but we're going to go ahead and attempt to do it. So as you can see, it's just like this. There's no special technique really, you just apply. So I'm just going to go and go above. I kind of build it up because I'm too scared to just go ahead and go over it straight away, so I like to make it look like I've got lip fillers. And again, that's just personal preference. You can see how much I'm running out of this and I want to cry. So I'm going to go ahead and apply in the... I'm clutching it like the last little bits. So it acts like your lip liner as well as your lipstick, because it's matte. So if you do want to make your lips look bigger, it's good, it does hide the line. And girl, that saves so much money. And then if you don't like it, you could just wipe it off, and like lip fillers that are in your body. So this does not budge. You can eat, drink, chat. I don't know about kissing because I'm like, Jack, I'm not kissing you, I've got makeup on. But it really does last for ages. Like, I've been known to wear this for 8 hours and it top off once. So, as you can see, it's done. I'm loving the look. I'm going to do you a quite close up so you can see exactly what it looks like. Close my eyes, open my eyes. So if you did want to vavoom this look up a little bit, you could apply some false lashes. You don't need to do that, but you could. That would help a little bit. And also you could use some liquid eyeliner, but I personally like the smoky, like, look, do you know what I mean? Right, anyways, I'll probably take a picture and I'll add it on to the beginning or the end so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like at the beginning. Then I'll have to try and edit this bad boy and I have no clue what I'm doing, so wish me good luck. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about any products, whether it's my skincare, whether it's makeup, whether it's anything, please fire me a message and I will get back to you, or comment below. Oh, and I want to see your pictures of once you've done this look. So thank you, love yous all, mwah.